Yeah, KCP is not with the team. He's attending to a personal family matter, and Braxton is as well not with the team right now. Both dealing with personal situations, and then Jamal's questionable. We'll go through his pregame routine and kind of see how that ankle feels before we make a final decision.
Is there anything you can share about either of those two in terms of have you had conversation with them, Braxton or KCP, that is about
Yeah, but it's just right now it's just personal, for both those guys, and it's not my business to put out in public. But they're not with the team right now, and both should be back, ready to go for our next game.
when when you're uh, sort of on the other side of what is a very highly anticipated night. There's going to likely be a historic milestone. What is your sort of personal philosophy in terms of, like, do you want to be able to sort of acknowledge and embrace how special that moment could be? Do you sort of want to stay locked in and focused on yourself in that moment? I'm curious just.
Yeah, I'm just worried about us. I don't get into all the other stuff. We've won five in a row. We're playing at a high level, important time of the year. Our whole focus is on just trying to get another win and extending our winning streak.
Hey, Michael. We all know exactly how effective Jamal can be. We saw it during the championship run. We also know how you feel about him not making any All-Star teams. Do you feel like, to a certain extent, he's underrated?
Not to a certain extent, he is underrated. I think that's obvious. But what I admire about Jamal is that he uses it as motivation. But what he said beginning of the season, I thought was such a mature statement. This year everybody wanted him to be a first-time All-Star way before we even got into the season. And he goes, my whole mindset is trying to help this team win another championship. And that's what I love about our group. Jamal, Nicola, Aaron, Michael, KCP, everybody else in that room, their number one priority is the team, the collective, and us winning. Do I think Jamal Murray's an all-star? Of course I do. I think he's shown it time and time again that he's not just a good player, he's elite. And I think what can maybe allow Jamal to rest at nighttime is that he's done things in the playoffs that guys who have been all-stars will never do. That's not just winning a championship, but 50-point games, putting a team on his back, and truly showing up and showing out on the world's biggest stage. And no one can ever take that away from Jamal Murray. Whether he's an all-star or not, we know that he is a great player and a huge part of any and all success that we have.
Last time you were coach, you won a close game, and you won a lot of close games. What do you think ultimately is the key to winning close runs, and why are you so good at it?
Well, I think if you look at our clutch defense, I think last year, this year has been elite, and that means obviously when the game is within under 5 minutes to go, our team has shown time and time again that they can get a timely stop. And if you're going to be a team that can win close games, it's got to start there. You have to be able to get stops and finish it off with a defensive rebound. On the other end of the floor, obviously, we have, in my opinion, the best two-man game in the league, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, who have also shown time and time again their effectiveness, their efficiency in playing that two-man game. And if you want to gamble and make a play for one of those guys, you have a Michael Porter, a KCP, and an Aaron Gordon spaced and ready to go. And it's always fun to watch those guys execute and make the right play time and time again. So great defense, allowing us to get stops, and great execution, valuing the ball, and executing for great high percentage looks time and time again.
Michael, it's no secret, kind of your respect for LeBron, just in a general sense. If my math is correct, the first time you coached against him, you had just scored his 101st point when you were an assistant with the Knicks. To just the magnitude of 40K, and knowing, what you've given this league, like, just how special is that number? Does it mean anything at all? Does it just sort of reinforce some of the things that you've known about it?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't get caught up in the number per se, but you just have to marvel at the continued greatness. I mean, there's so many stories of guys coming out of high school who had all this hype, all the hype. He's the next so and so, and they never pan out. And if you really go way back, for LeBron James to come out of St. Vincent, St. Mary in Akron, Ohio, and he has just passed every test along the way. It's really incredible how he's handled the fame at such an early age, the spotlight, and just to do what he's doing at this stage of his career, and it doesn't appear like he's slowing down at all, which is even scarier. But you just have to really, when you take a step back, you have to marvel at the longevity. But he's just not playing at this; he is playing effectively, and I'm sure for him that'll be his decision down the road, probably in 5-6 years. Am I still playing effectively? And he is. I mean, so you marvel at the 40,000, the records, the milestones, the accomplishments, the championships. And obviously, I was really fortunate to be with him for 5 years in Cleveland and have an up-close look at what greatness looks like behind the scenes, which a lot of people never get a chance to really see.
What he does in terms of maintaining his body, the attention to detail, like how quickly did you realize that's different than what other guys do and how they approach taking care of themselves?
Well, one thing I always speak about when talking about LeBron, and I don't think, you hear these stories about certain players and their unbelievable work ethic. Larry Bird would show up at the arena 5 hours and run laps and shoot. And I don't think LeBron's, like, people don't realize how hard he has worked because maybe he's a freak athlete. Yeah, he's a freak athlete who scored 40,000 points because he's also really skilled. And he put so much time into his game and his craft and his body, to your point. And so I remember being in Cleveland and him being in the weight room with our strength coaches. And there's no way he's doing what he's doing at this stage of his career if he is not putting a ton of time into his body, his diet, his sleep, all those things that really matter.
One more question. Can you compare what you're seeing out of Joker as a head coach if you saw LeBron coming up those 5 years in Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, I've used a comparison many times in the past, and I think most people don't see it because on paper, I mean, you couldn't be more opposite, if you will. LeBron is one of the best athletes the game has ever seen, and Nicole is not. But their IQ. I've been in the league a long time. I've been around the game a long time, and unfortunately, been around some great players. Their IQ is eerily similar. Their ability to read the defense and see things that most people don't see. Everybody uses the analogy of some people are playing checkers and some play chess. Well, Nicole and LeBron, they see things before they happen, and they both have the ability to make everyone around them better, which is what, for me, defines greatness. So yes, I do think there are a lot of similarities between those two players in their approach, in their work ethic, in their IQ, in their passing, in their unselfishness, and how they approach the game. And greatness can be, comes in many different sizes and shapes. And tonight will be a great opportunity to witness two great players going at it once again. Thanks, everybody.